everybody, it's Doreen and I'm back today with another card. Now I made this one as a birthday card, but you don't have to make it as a birthday card. You can make it an anniversary card, whatever kind of card you want. And what I did was I found out that this wasn't really a card when I saw the image on the Silhouette Design Store. So I had to do some maneuvering and some resizing to get what I wanted to do with it, but I actually like the way it turned out. So what is our mission for today? This is the card that we will be making. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so let's bring up the supplies and we'll get started making this card. Now this card does have a lot of paper piecing in it, so if you're not a paper piecing fan, you're probably not going to want to make this card. And also, what I've done is, this was actually a Silhouette file, but it wasn't a card. And I decided to go ahead and put it together and make it and put it on the front of my card, but I did have to do some resizing in order for it to fit on the card here. So my card measures 10 inches by 7 inches, and I've taken and scored it in half to make it a 5 by 7 card. And after I did the resizing, I was able to fit the image that I wanted to put on the front of the card. It does actually come out a lot bigger, but I just made everything smaller. And when you do that, you should make sure that you have everything highlighted and clicked on and grouped together, and then do your resizing. And you may find that you still have to do a little bit of resizing on just some of the images to get them to fit on the card. So I've already added my inside sentiment. This is something that I just got off the internet and put in the inside of the card using my print and cut. So now what we're going to do is start piecing some of this together. And here is the actual, what is looking like a laptop. And when you cut out the image or cut out this piece, you're going to be using the negative space of this. So I'm going to go ahead, because there is a piece that goes behind this, and tape this on, and then we'll start adding. So whatever you do when you're cutting this out, if you're going to use this file, make sure you save all of your pieces, because you're going to need them to fill this in. So let's just go ahead, and we're just going to use the two-way zig pen and get some glue on here, because you don't want to put tape or use tape, because then you would be putting tape in the pieces that you don't need tape. And actually, I probably could have used that tape gun that I got from Skylar, where it's not supposed to put tape in any of the spaces that are negative, but we're going to use this instead. And I'm going to grab my tweezers and flip this over, and I'm going to line this up on here. So I'm going to pick this up so I can line it up here and get it on here correctly. Or actually, maybe I'm going to use my tweezers. I'm just going to do this with my hand. And then I'm going to just press it down on there. So I'm going to loft a little bit, but that'll be okay. Okay, so now, as I said, I've already gone ahead and done the bottom one, so you didn't have to watch me put that one together. But when this cuts out, this is going to be an open space, and then this is going to be an open space, and you have this little tiny piece right here that you need to glue in so you can make this look like an E. So whatever you do, make sure when you're cutting this out, you grab all those little tiny pieces. So to fill in our D, or to make it look like a D, we're going to put this in here, because when it cut out, it did that. And you can save these pieces, because I'm going to probably put these on the envelope or do something with them. So let's get some glue on here. And we'll put this piece down. So it looks like our D. And then we have our little pieces to put in between the O and the, I'm sorry, the A and the R. So let's fill in the R. We've got that one down, and then we've got the last one for our A. And then we can put that one on. And then this part of the card will be completed. So now it looks like what it's supposed to say, which is talk nerdy to me. So my husband is a computer geek, so that's why my card is this theme. So now this is going to go up in here. And then you'll have this piece down here. And then you've got to make room for the thing that looks like a space bar right here. And you've basically got your little laptop put together. So why don't we put this piece on first, because we've also got to add our little owl. So we've got to make room for that. So I'm once again going to use the two-way zig pen to put this on. And I'm going to line this up and place it about right there. And then with my piece here, I'm just going to use my Tombow and get that on there. So we're going to put that about right there. And then we'll add our Talk Nerdy. And I'm going to use the Tombow again to get my tape on here. And we'll put this piece. And eventually, once we get this all together, I'm going to pop this up. So I'm going to put that about right there. So now I have my little laptop. Okay, so now what we'll do is we're going to put this on our card, because we need to start putting our owl together. So I'm going to line this up. And actually, I think what I want to do is I want to put another layer on top of here. So let me go ahead and cut out some card stock and put that down, and then we'll come back and finish putting everything together. Okay, everybody, so I'm back, and I went ahead and cut a piece of cardstock at 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I'm just going to lay that on top of here. I needed something else to add to it besides just having it on the card itself. Now, I did go ahead and ink my edges, and I used the Tim Holtz Distress Ink, the Chip Sapphire. So let's go ahead and get some tape on here, and we'll add this layer to the top of the card. Put that out the way for a minute. We'll get our tape on here. Going kind of crooked with the tape. And then we'll add this. Let's see which way. I guess it really doesn't matter, but I think I like this way better for some reason. So I'm just going to put that on top, like so. Now we'll go ahead and bring back up our Talk Nerdy to Me, and we're going to add our little owl. So now for the owl, I've already gone ahead and put the eyes and the pupil, the eyes, yes, and his little beak on. And then we've got the glasses, And we're going to put those like right there. So let's get some glue on here now. We're only going to make sure, because we don't want to put the glue on the edge there. I guess we can, because we're going to put this on here, and we're going to have him kind of like so. He's going to be going to the side, because we got to be able to have our wording in there. He's going to kind of come off the card a little bit and then down. So we'll just put the glue all the way around and then decide later how we're going to do that. These little tiny pieces here. So I'm going to put them about right there. And I'm not going to worry about the fact that I've got the glue there, because we'll deal with that later. Now, what I'm going to use, it does cut out these little, see if I can pick them up, little pieces for the eyeball. I don't even know if you'll be able to see that in my hand there, but they look like that. But I'm going to use some wiggly eyes. And place one there and one there. Like so. So we're going to have to use the glue gun to get those on. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, everybody, so I've got my little wiggly eyes on. I went ahead and did that off camera. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to attach my little owl just along here at the bottom, because I'm going to take and pop this whole thing up and put it on the card. So I just want to get some glue just partially along here, because I've still got to put his arms on. So I'm just going to bring this over to about right there, and then I want to line up just real quickly how I'm going to do the arms. I guess that's what they are. I don't know, what do you call those on an owl? Well, I'm just going to call them arms. And we're going to put that there. So I just want to look at that and see how it's going to work. And that's about right. So we need to get some glue probably up to that L. So I'm going to use the two-way zig pen to do this. And I'm going to get some glue like along here. And then I'll add my owl's head. So kind of in an angle. Probably like about right there. And let's get the card and see how that looks on there. So yep, that came out just the way I wanted it. So it'll look like that, and we'll add his arms, and then we're all going to be all set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my foam tape on here and get the arms on, and then I'm going to add just a few more embellishment. It's not going to be any bling, of course, because this is for my husband. So let me do that, and then I'll come back with the finished card and my envelope. Okay, everybody, so I'm back with the finished card, and here it is. So what I did was I just added some buttons here up at the top, and then I added some candies along here on the side, since I couldn't put any bling. But I also want to show you what I did in the inside. I showed the sentiment a little bit, what I got off the internet. I just love the way that was in the shape of a heart. And I kind of like what the saying was because my husband likes to skydive. So it basically just says, I wish you to fly high and follow your biggest dreams. And then over here on the other side, I found this keyboard image on the internet. And what I did was I used my print and cut feature and I typed out happy birthday, honey. And then I put I and a heart and you. And I just decided to add that in the inside as part of my inside sentiment. And originally this was going to be on the inside of this, which I thought was a card, but it wasn't. So I didn't want to waste it, so I just went ahead and added it on the other side of the inside sentiment. So that is the card. And then for my envelope, I once again used my We Are Memory Keeper 123 punch board, and I made a 5x7 envelope using your cut size for your paper. If you have the 123 punch board, you can look it up on your punch board, but I'll tell you what it is. I cut my paper 9 7/8 inch square, and then my first punch was at 4 1/8. So if you don't have the 123 punch board and you do have the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, you could still make the envelope. But I did make mine a box envelope because that's what I do with mine. Envelopes that I make myself because of the fact that I make a lot of 3D dimensional cards. So that is it, everybody. This is the birthday card that I have made for my husband. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.